Are we online? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our player ratings from Bradford City 2 at Gillingham 1. If you think my hair currently looks bad, you should have seen it probably about 3 minutes ago. It was a travesty. So you can only imagine about how bad that it did look. But we are back today for some player ratings. Welcoming. Sorry, would you please turn that audio off? So sorry, so unprofessional of me. Yeah, we're here after a brilliant win yesterday. Let me just get the live chat up for my own personal, well, I'm going to say pleasure, but better viewing experience. I also need to get up the comments from last week's question of the week, which I'm led to believe
You're a bit flat set up here.
was not a popular question of the week. I don't think we got many answers in the live chat, and I also think I'm right in saying that we didn't get many comments about it either, Korban. So hopefully you've got a better question of the week this week, because I think it was there was only one comment. Oh no, there was a few comments saying I do not like the NFL or Korban's trim. NFL is rubbish. Korban is one peculiar specimen. David Williams commented, NFL don't know the rules, but the gear looks good, or the play's a bit soft. Rugby league so much better up the Bulls. Will had another response to your previous question about the sitcom. He said, as much as I love British humour, the US office is clear. And Super Bantam replied saying at UK office always. And actually, Super Bantam commented saying Chicago Bears, similar to Bantams, don't even make the playoffs. So, yeah, that was the only comment about last week's question of the week. My phone is about to die. James, welcome in. Dylan as well. How are we? Hopefully everyone's I'm sure I saw that clown on the right yesterday outside the fan zone. Is Korban the clown?
You will have, yeah. I was there.
My little lad was mascot yesterday with Brad Halliday. Brad never took his arm off him, and Brad makes sure he notices his family. What a day. Brad Halliday's a top guy, isn't he? Oh, I've just received the midweek, game week, whatever on predictions. Just received that from the guests, so looking forward to that as well. Super Bantam welcome in. Gorge welcome in as well. Have you missed much? Not really. I saw you commenting in the week asking about when the next live will be. The player ratings is now always live, so it'll be on this channel then. You could have said the full birth. Well, I don't know what the full birth name is. I can't tell you that as of right now, Aaron. It's somebody who I've been trying to get on quite a lot. I think they've turned me down twice already, maybe 3 times. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Apart from that, shall we get into some play ratings then? Actually, Korban, I'll let you speak. Neil Byrne did score yesterday. We'll come on to him in a moment. But when that ball goes in the back of net, you see it's Neil Byrne. How are you feeling in that moment?
Oh, the words just can't express how my emotions were. Strong feelings were pounding through my body. It was unbelievable, honestly. I wasn't sure it was him at first, but then when it came, I thought it might have been him. And then when it came from the stadium announcer, I thought, this is my dream come true, you know. And well, you can all shut up now because I proved you all wrong. Well, Neil has. He's done all the hard work, and it's fitting really. But you know, he got injured. Oh, we don't really miss him much. Yeah, how about that bad run that went on? Yeah, and then he comes back with a man of match winning performance against Newport. We win. Yeah, and then he goes and scores when he comes back again in a game. But if he didn't score, he wouldn't have won. And he had a fantastic performance at the back as well. He's colossal. He's simply the best.
Strong feelings through your body. Sam Stream looking exquisite as always. Thank you, Ulrich. That is unbelievable. But you say there that Neil Byrne scoring a goal for Bradford City proves the doubt was wrong. When Tyler Smith scored 6 goals last season, does that make Tyler Smith 6 times the player that Neil Byrne is?
No, because that's his job. That's it. He gets paid to score goals. Neil Byrne doesn't. That's a bonus. You know, that's like, I don't know, you're walking down to Valley Parade, we win, you come out the ground, then you see £5 on the floor. You know, it's a bonus. Yes, you're already happy that we got 3 points. Then you see a £5 that can go on a drink at the pub. Big
Super Bantam's made a good point there. So in the last 3 games, Neil Byrne has played 2 of them. We've kept 1 clean sheet in the last 3 games. What was the only game that Neil Byrne didn't play in? Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's not that colossal, is he?
No, he's you can't blame him for the goals, can you?
I'm not blaming him directly for the goals, but I'm saying the only game Burn didn't play in, we kept a clean sheet. I would argue the system is more important than Neil Burn.
The fisting.
No, not the fisting, the system.
Oh,
but if that's how you feel about Neil
ears.
Burn, then
no, my ears. I was watching whatever game won last on Sky. What? I don't know what game it won. They're
other
advertising.
broadcasters are available.
Well, they're not because it won Sky. TNT aren't available for a game that didn't show it either.
Fair enough.
Get real. You know, I follow out available for Liverpool v Chelsea. Anyway, they were trying to get you to watch the Monday Night Football game, and I don't know what game that was either. And they said Aaron Ramsey's in the studio, and that was only me thinking that they said Aaron Lennon. And I thought, well, what rubbish guest Aaron Lennon is, you know? And then Aaron Ramsey, well, it's not that bad, is it? But yeah, I mean that's irrelevant information of the day. But yeah.
Bradford claims that the £5 on the floor happened to him, and James Pilkington says, as we were sat waiting for players to come in as mascots, I told him he was going to score. He laughed and said, doubt. It was at Neil Burn, James. We'll move on to some player ratings then. We'll obviously start out in the normal order that we do. Sam Walker up first. It has been 6 minutes of Korban talking, so I'll get my point in now. Sam Walker, I'm going to go 6 out of 10. I don't think he really did much in the game. He made a decent save before they scored, but one you definitely expect him to make. I think the goal is not really much he can do about. Yes, it's at the near post, but it's come off the inside of the post, kind of going against his body shape. There wasn't really much he could do about that. I don't think his distribution was particularly great. There was a few times where he did just kick it straight out of play, but on the whole, it was a fairly average performance from Sam Walker. Not really a lot for him to do, so I'm going to go 6 out of 10.
What I do like about his distribution was the fact that he's quick with it. You know, it takes one touch and it's straight out of his feet. Yeah, there was one, but he kicked straight towards the Gillingham player, and they had a good chance through it, which was a terrible miss kick. But apart from that, I do like how quick he is with his distribution. Didn't have many saves to make. We've said that for a number of weeks now, which is credit to the defence. And obviously, I think the standout with Sam Walker is comparing to the Gillingham goalkeeper Turner, who couldn't claim a cross to save his life. You know, Sam Walker comes out, claims everything, and takes the pressure off the back line, and that's something that, you know, because he's done it so regularly, you can easily not appreciate that. So both goalkeepers were like salt and sugar. You know, they were complete opposites, and Sam Walker is great at that. But on the whole, you probably have to give him an average 6.
Just on salt and sugar there, at one time, we gone down to Southend. The season we got relegated, we kind of made it a weekend. That's how my dad convinced my mum to come. And we gone out to a nice little restaurant. As always, got quite basic food. I think I probably got nuggets and chips, something like that. I'm pouring this kind of white, grainy material, shall we say, all over my chips. Turns out I'd poured sugar all over my chips, which wasn't ideal. So I said to the woman, you know, these were not labelled. Well, I didn't, obviously. I got my mum to do it, you know, a bit of a Karen moment. You know, these were not labelled. Can I have some more chips? So we got the more chips. By the time they came, which was about nearly an hour later, I didn't really want the chips. So the chef made more chips, and they never got eaten. So that is why you should always label your salt and your sugar. Has that happened to anybody else, though? Yeah, the Gillingham keeper was very, very pony. 6 Dracula was in there, goal, scared of crosses. For such a tall goalkeeper, he got absolutely bullied, didn't he? I think for the second goal, he was like, I think he got bullied by Callum Kavanagh, of all people, which, I mean, yeah, interesting. But I'll give Sam Walker a 6. I'm sure he's probably not a man that mixes up his salt and his sugar. Definitely strikes me the type of man who labels it, or he keeps them separate, away from each other. There's a lot of segregation going on. I don't get how you manage that. Salt and sugar are in different containers. You know, I mean, I've just got that aura. I have that aura. Hello, Luca. Welcome in. Let's move on to Czech Diabate next. I'm going to go with a 6 out of 10. Again, nothing really too stand out. Thought he was fairly average in the game. First half, thought he struggled a little bit up against Ollie Hawkins. Him and Neil Burn were trying to double up on him, but we couldn't really get a hold of Ollie Hawkins until Smold was sitting in front of him and basically assaulting Ollie Hawkins every time he got it. And somehow the referee didn't give a single one of them as a foul. But Diabate, I thought his distribution was fairly average. Defensively, I thought he was fairly average. He kind of got bullied a little bit quite early on in the game. I think it was by their winger number 29. He kind of got the better of him, and it led to a Gillingham shot, which Sam Walker did save, but it was quite comfortable. So yeah, I'm going to give Czech Diabate a 6 out of 10. I thought he was pretty average.
So would you? So if he had a poor first half, how would you say second half went then?
Well, I couldn't really tell you anything that he did in the second half. There was a header railing really close to the end of the game, which he cleared when Gillingham was slogging balls into the box. The very few balls that they did put in there, but yeah, I don't really think he did much of note. So that's what I'm going to go average 6.
So would you say 6 is a lenient rating then?
Well, no, I don't think he was poor. He just had a couple of poor moments in the game. I think it was an average performance.
He said he got bullied.
Yeah, for that individual moment, that's what I'm on about. And he
Right.
struggled up against Harkins with Neil Byrne until Smallwood came in and helped.
That description says 5 up for me.
All right, well, give Diabate a 5 then.
Well, I am, and I agree with that. Of course, I agree with my own opinion. Shock, but yeah, it wasn't terrible. I think he grew into the game, but I thought he was one of a few players who were too sluggish to start again, and he seems to have that lack of concentration. He lets the ball bounce too often. I mean, I wouldn't say it was any individual's fault, the goal. But if I were to blame someone, he would be right up on the list, because I don't think he moved across well. And, there were man unmarked in the box. Also, he were marking no one, and I think he could have been marking him as everyone sort of shuffled across. He were a bit slow to react to that. But I don't think it's massively on him, but I think he could have done better with it. And yeah, his distribution were a bit better. Aerially, he grew into the game. But I think for the start and for the poor start that we had again, I'd have to give him a 5.
I think he was stepping in quite a lot in the second half. He was doubling with Brad Halliday as well. I think it was there 29. I don't know his name off the top of my head. And then when Jacob Wakeling came on, he was helping Halliday out with that. But there wasn't really too many moments in the game which did particularly stand out. No, this is not kicking off. This is kind of average behaviour. It's probably the same person arguing with themselves, let's be honest. Let's move on to Jack Shepherd, I think, is next, right? Do we go? Is that the way we go? Diabate,
No.
Shepherd? Yeah, I think that's where we go, isn't it?
No.
Am
Don't
I
leave
missing?
my Neil out.
Oh, yeah, him. Yeah, very forgettable performance. So, yeah, what did Neil Byrne really do in the game? Yeah, no, not really a lot. You got to say on Neil Byrne?
I could talk all night about Neil Byrne.
Go
He had a great game again. I mean, I won't speak all night about Neil Byrne because it would bore the living daylights out of everyone. But he was very good. I've already said my piece really at the start, so I will save everyone the time. He was brilliant again yesterday. I mean, he might have been brilliant today. I don't know what he was doing, but maybe he did a Sunday roast for his wife and kids. That's the type of thing he does. Very, very thoughtful man, and takes one for the team. He might have wanted to watch Liverpool-Chelsea. He sat there, relaxing, having a bit of a rub down, and just
what type of rub down?
Well, the normal rub down that you get.
Would you give Neil Byrne a very particular type of rub down?
Yeah.
Or a rub up, depending on which way you maneuver the hands.
I don't know. Well, I don't. Well, I've never really done it, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if it's up or down. Well, couldn't you do it circular, like a circular?
Yeah, a circular rub. Yeah.
Probably go with that one.
So a play rating for Neil.
Yeah, that is a good question. I'd give him an 8. I think a solid 8. He was brilliant up against Ollie Hawkins and got the goal, which contributed to a big win.
Seb, we'll wait until the end of the season and then we'll see who's minding any gaps, and we've won the title with 6 games to go of the season. In terms of Neil Byrne, for me, I've gone 7.5 out of 10. Brilliant goal. Delighted for him to get his first for Bradford City. I was fairly critical of him at the start of the season, but I think recently he's come back into the side. And while obviously in the last 2 games he's played, we haven't kept a clean sheet. The only game he didn't play in that time, we did keep a clean sheet. I don't think either of the goals were really his fault. And I think his talking and communication in the back line is very important. Defensively, again, like similar to Diabate, I did think he struggled a little bit up against Ollie Hawkins in the first half, but I think a lot of centre-halves will do at this level. He's 6'6", is Ollie Hawkins, can play striker, centre-half, very versatile type of player. But yeah, I thought Byrne was it was pretty solid yesterday, so I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10, and hopefully for many more goals to come because we need defenders to be chipping in with goals. And obviously, 2 goals from centre backs yesterday. What are your thoughts on defenders adding goals throughout the season?
Oh, it's huge. You know, we haven't had a goal scoring centre back since McArdle, and no one anywhere near it. It's huge. They all add up. We know how much we rely on Andy Cook. He's got a good record against Gillingham. I was sort of waiting for him to score. He had a number of chances, but we'll get on to him. And not many players step up when he doesn't score. So you need goals to chip in from all areas, and to get your centre back scoring 2 in a game, getting you over the line from set pieces as well. You know, we don't score from set pieces, and it's something we obviously work on. And to see him coming off because the word of sort of, you know, back post, you know, keeping the ball alive sort of routines that we have, but they don't really come off, but they did in those 2 instances. And yeah, but I do think it was more Gillingham being poor from them, to be honest with you. I think the first one keeper should have claimed that. And I don't know who we're marking Neil Byrne, but it was way too easy for him to get his shot off. And then it took him 3 or 4 efforts to clear the ball for Jack Shepherd's. But yeah, you've got to take them, and they all add up come the end of the season.
Speaking of Jack Shepherd's wonder goal then yesterday, we'll move on to the Barnsley loanee. I'm going 9 out of 10, not only for the goal, because I think obviously it's a brilliant strike, but defensively in that second half, he was absolutely excellent. He got quite an early booking in the second half, and I thought it was a little bit harsh for a yellow card. You know, there players kind of talked to the referee into giving him the yellow, but defensively, so good, so solid. And it's a shame that he did sign a new contract with Barnsley in the summer, because I think I look at that and I think a permanent probably is quite unlikely. But with how poor a lot of our loan signings have been over the last couple of seasons, to see somebody like Jack Shepherd thriving in the way that he is amazing. The goal, I mean, how many centre halves that have played for Bradford City would you say have got that in their locker? You know, you immediately look to Romany Critchlow, left-footed, recently came in on loan, you know, very similar, but I think even Critchlow would struggle to that. Yeah, I've mentioned it before that I think Jack Shepherd's like an unorthodox giraffe, but sometimes it just works for him. It was a brilliant strike, found the top corner. Is that a Brazilian team? Flamingos?
Yeah.
That's an excellent knowledge from me there. Oh, Flamingos. Yeah, something like that. Flamingos. Yeah. Are they pink?
No.
Flamingos?
No,
Flamingos are pink. The things that stand on one leg.
They are, yeah. But that's not a flamingo team, is it? That's Fluminense.
Yeah, I just Googled it. Flamingos, pretty cool. Yeah, Jack Shepherd. I think it probably is potentially likely we lose Shepherd in January. You know, Barnsley have been conceding quite a lot of goals so far this season. He's been very good for us in a lot of games. Yes, he's had a few shaky moments, but as a young centre-half, he always was going to do. And I look at, you know, some of our recent loanees. We've had Critchlow, we've had Tompkinson, we've all played in this position. Jack Shepherd, for me, if he continues up this level of performance, he's going to be better than them 2 in years to come. So, yeah, Jack Shepherd, I'm going to go 9 out of 10. I thought he had a really, really solid game yesterday, and the goal just absolutely topped it. What a brilliant strike.
Can you think of a bad centre-back we've had on loan?
Can you count Daniel Ugoke?
No.
You're going to need to give me a bit more of a second. I'd have to have a specific look.
Would you say Ugoke were bad?
Yeah, on the whole, bad. He had a good 6 games. Look at the slander he's getting at Hearts. They hate him.
It's a step too high, to be fair.
Potentially, yeah. Critchlow is a potential in January, but I think I'd rather have Jack Shepherd. He's so much better defensively.
Don't forget we've got Kelly coming back.
I don't know. I feel like this injury's a bit. I think he's going to really struggle to get back in the team. With Shepherd playing as good as he is, Kelly out injured for a few months. It's very hard then for if you're 5th, 6th choice centre half to get yourself back in the team. Look at Eden Baldwin. He can't even get on the bench at the moment.
Shepherd in left wing back.
He played there as a sub in the first couple of games. I mean, anyone's going to be better than Tyreek right there, aren't they? We're going to get onto him in a moment, but goodness me, I do not like that bloke. No. It's getting personal now.
No, come on.
No, it is. It's getting personal. His attitude stinks.
Really?
Yeah. We'll save that for a minute, though. What were your thoughts on Shepherd yesterday?
You never sent me that video, by the way. Shepherd was fantastic. He does get a 9 from me as well. I think the thing what I would say about Shepherd is when he first came in his first couple of games, I thought, you know, he's a bit shaky. He's a bit unorthodox, and he looks a bit uncomfortable. But what I can say is a complete contrast of that. He's really settling into a team. He's growing in confidence. His distribution of ball is fantastic. He breaks up players well. He's got a great understanding of position, breaking up play. What are you laughing at?
I'm just like laughing at Chloe's comment here because I only answered to Gorge Girl. Chloe says, picking and choosing whose comments to reply to, I see. So I'll continue to ignore Chloe Freeman, whoever that is, and I'll continue to reply to Gorge Girl. Continue.
Yeah, that's fine. My hair, well, I don't know. It's been going for 6.5 months now.
I'm not far off that, to be honest. And look at the length of mine. I'm nowhere near it.
How are you not far off 6.5 months?
I'm 3 months.
Well,
that's 2.5 months.
Well, that's well far away from 6 months, isn't it? That's under half. That's miles away.
Well, I passed maths, you didn't, so shave it all off. These are a good shout, but don't think the free man would appreciate that.
I think you should.
Hello, Martin. Martin is a very, very stern name. I like the name Martin. Welcome in.
He always calls us Martin. I like Martin. I'm not getting it to him. That's not happening. Maybe it could happen it'll either happen in the next few days or it'll go on months. So
well, the last 2 Fridays I've been planning to go get my hair cut, and then I've just decided I wanted an extra couple of hours in bed.
Well, you're just lazy. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, lazy, jobless, and lazy.
You got else to add on, Shepherd?
Well, yeah, because I was saying to it, but basically on the whole, very composed on the ball, picked Kavanagh out, like he did against Tranmere. That's a partnership built form, but yeah, in the main, very comfortable performance, and he's going into his role.
Neil, welcome in. It'd be very rude of us to ignore a man like Neil. He is a real legend in both of our communities. He comments on every single video without fail. And Neil, I appreciate you very much.
Equally, snap.
That was very, very not. Is it sincere? One of the two.
Oh no, it was very sincere. I like Neil. I'm a bit sorry because we were having a good battle with the predictions and I stopped it, but it were going to smash me. I think that was why. It were going to get embarrassing.
Neil, did you get any accurate scores? I haven't had time to go through any of the comments in the last couple of videos. Did you get any accurate scores from yesterday's game? While Neil is letting us know that, we'll move on to Richie Smallwood next. The final player before we get onto the question of the week, which is, what everyone's really here for. Richie Smallwood, I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10 for. I thought, again, very solid, vital in that midfield, communication, excellent. Again, breaks up the play very well, set pieces, solid. We scored from his free kick for our second goal. Yes, obviously it's a second phase and there's a bit of ricochet in there, but he has to put that ball in and he puts it in a decent area, causes a bit of confusion for the Gillingham defenders. And I think the thing that stood out the most is when Gillingham were trying to swarm around the referee, their players were trying to referee the games themselves. Smallwood putting himself in between the players and the referee and making sure, no, you won't be doing that. I noticed that specifically at halftime. So I think Smallwood had a solid game yesterday. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. And also, Asher, welcome into the stream. I appreciate the kind words. I'll let Korban continue now with Richie Smallwood.
Yeah, shut up. Hand over the baton, please. I am absolutely appalled at the comment that I've seen from Dylan. 6 out of 10 saw nothing much. Get yourself down to Specsavers. Get some glasses. You are like Stevie Wonder. How can you consistently say that you never see anything from Smallwood? Do you only watch one half of the pitch every game? He breaks up plays, leading. And one thing that stood out for me as well, we had a bit of momentum when in the first half, having had a terrible start, and he went over and just clapped the fans and got the fans inside. And that's something he does. He's turning into that sort of leader and connecting with the fans, because that's something he didn't do in the first 6 months here. Sometimes he'd walk off the pitch before the game, not before the game finished, because that would not be good. But before the, when you clap the fans, he didn't go and clap the fans.
Well, I don't clap the fans. It'd be very weird if I clap the fans.
Well, I want on about you. What?
Well, you just said when you clap the fans. I don't clap the fans.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, when he claps the fans, or the players, when they clap the fans, he wouldn't do that. I think it might have been one game, to be fair to him. But anyway, I digress. We move over to what happened in the second half, and he had some unbelievable incisive passes in behind the back line. So some passes that I don't think many players could pick out in this team. Maybe Jamie Walker. But apart from that is why he is a championship standard player, to play those passes in behind the defence, to pick the pass, to see the runner, unbelievable. And for how you said earlier, helping out the back line and dealing with Ollie Hawkins, I thought it was stupid from them to bring him off. I really do. And that was because their plan to play it up to him wasn't working because of Richie's mode, just taking that out of their game. He was my man of match, and he gets a 9 for me.
That is high. I thought it was good, but I think it was just a good game. I don't think there were the standout moments, but I think a different referee would have penalised Smold a lot more. But I think because he was about a foot shorter than Hawkins, that's why he kind of got away with it a lot. But he was 2 hands on him. I will pull you down. You will not get anywhere near that ball. But he does that quite a lot for set pieces. Normally, he's stood at the back post and he's normally marking the biggest play. And you look, why on earth is he marking him? And he'll just kind of grab him and run forward with him. And somehow the referees, kind of always let him get away with it. Neil agrees as well. He does all the dirty work that others don't want to do. Exactly. People like Tyreek Wright never want to do the dirty work. Let's move on then to everyone's favourite section of the week. It's the question of the week. And this won't be the only question of the week because obviously we'll have the Cheltenham player ratings on Wednesday. So this is guest question of the day before we get into the question of the week.
Do we have to do one for Cheltenham, or so it just stays the week?
Well, we don't have to do a question, but we've got to do a player ratings. We've got to be consistent.
Yeah, something I'm not. So let's.
Well, we do have a jingle for question of the week. It goes like this. It's the question of the week.
Now, the question of the week for you to answer in the comments. Also, if you're doing it in these comments, I would also advise you when the video's finished, do it on there so we can read it out, because we can't exactly read it out. So, question of the week is, how would you like to die?
Goodness me.
This came to mind. So yeah, how if you could choose the way to go, I mean, some people can and do, which is not, I mean, I'm going down a very bad alleyway here, but
this is why we need a HR.
We do. I think I can stop speaking, but I would say, well,
that would be an interesting way to go, Neil.
Yeah, that would be good.
That sounds painful.
Does it? Well, actually, I was watching a documentary and someone actually did die doing it. I didn't purposely watch it for that. It was one of those true crime things on ITV, social media murders. And she met him online, this Australian. She was English. And he went back to the hotel, I think, meeting at a restaurant and basically strangled her to death whilst doing it. And obviously he tried claiming that it was just, but it wasn't. He actually killed her because, if you're going in with intent, you know when to pull away. Well, I don't because, but you might. I don't know.
Right, well, I'm going to pause you there because it's a good job we don't earn any money on Morris HD yet because you would have definitely got this video demonetized at this point. But you can't go around talking about death and murder. That's like one of the big things that will get you demonetized.
I'm not saying that about, I'm not promoting it. I'm not saying do it or I have done it. I mean, I definitely wouldn't and haven't, but because that I wouldn't be here today. I mean, it would be a bad way to announce that I've done that, wouldn't it? On a live video. I haven't, and I wouldn't. Oh, on Coronation Street, you know what
what's going on now?
You know what I can't get my head around? It's ridiculous. Why have they decided to say DD has killed Joel?
I think, well, they've done an alibi as if for some reason everybody we're doing something with a crowbar on that night. Conveniently, all these people have got the exact same crowbar.
Yeah, ridiculous. Is there a new shop opening? Crowbars, where have they all come from?
That's Beth's new business.
What? Whose?
Beth's selling crowbars. That's why she's coming back.
Is she?
Obviously not, you moron. Right, to answer your question, Kyle, no, we don't have any scripts for questions. I say to Korban, do you have a question of the week? And then he comes out with whatever. 1 week it's how do you like your milk? Next week it's how do you want to die? A lot of people have said in their sleep. Quite boring if you ask me. I want mine to be like big. You know what I mean? Like I've gone skydiving and my parachute don't work or something. That means I now can't go skydiving because then I will have jinxed it, won't it? But something like that, you know? But entertaining.
Someone died doing that on Hollyoaks, I think.
But see, so you remember that. You don't remember though when they die in their sleep, do you? You want to be remembered. Something big.
I want to
Not
be killed
anytime
by
soon though.
a piano. It's happened again. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. It's
Oh, that was perfect timing.
I know.
If only that were a piano just going crashing down on top of you.
I can't get it right now. Oh, this is not. No. It's the lead. It's. I don't know if you can. Here, this is it. Can you see the lead?
Yeah.
It's right next to my hand, and I keep swiping it. There we go. We're fine now. Oh no.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Oh,
this is unbelievable. This is better than talking about Brad Halliday.
This is very, very unprofessional. Right.
Oh, we're sat in the dark now. Bloody Undertaker's going to appear. Look at him. He looks like he's about to do a...
Right,
I'm sorry.
Just right. I don't know. It's gone south on it.
Well, the show must go on. So while Corbin's
Jesus
fondling with himself, we'll move on. We'll move on to Brad Halliday.
Oh, frig the flipping thing. That fell right on my head. Oh no, this is
wonderful viewing.
I'm all over the place. Right, just go on.
You have to stand up.
Oh no, this is it's the no.
What have you done?
I don't know. It's not going right now. Just get there, you bloody thing. Is that right?
Martin says he wants to be back onto the question. Martin wants to be shot by a jealous lover when he's in his 90s. Now that is somewhere to go.
Yeah, it's not. That's not good, really. I mean, it's your life. You know, maybe you can organise it, Martin, Bruce, Neil, whatever you are.
Martin Bruce.
It was Martin.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a.
Hello, Tian. Welcome to the stream.
Right.
The
it's going is the ring light. Well, no, I might as well. Just go on. Just keep talking whilst I turn me light.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, and then you interrupted me again. Right, Brad Halliday. We've got a lot to talk about here with Brad Halliday because I think Korban could be taking a while. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 though. I thought he had quite a solid game. Offensively, didn't offer the most, if we're honest, but defensively, I thought was very good, especially in the second half. He got in front of his man quite a lot. You can see, and I think the highlights the club put out where he puts in a brilliant challenge on Jacob Wakelin, and then they're kind of in a duel again, and Halliday goes through him again, wins the ball. It's a brilliant challenge from Brad Halliday. And like I say, offensively, wasn't amazing, but defensively, I thought he was pretty solid. Last week, I thought he struggled a little bit up against Mary Patrick, but this week against the Gillingham number 29 and even Jacob Wakelin, when he came on, I thought defensively, he certainly did look pretty solid. So I'd give Brad Halliday a 7 out of 10. Would I expect Jay Ben to start on Tuesday against Cheltenham if he's fit and available? Potentially. Maybe put Halliday back in right centre back. We'll have to wait and see because I don't think Halliday deserves dropping for his performance, but I would say that Jay Ben has been very good so far.
You wouldn't drop Halliday?
No, wouldn't drop him.
Why? I mean, you probably just explained it, but definitely get him out. I didn't think he had a good game.
I thought he had a solid game. I gave him 7.
7? No, 6 maybe. Because we won, I'll be positive 6. But first touch were off. His first touch meant his second touch had to be a tackle, so that'll be why he's praising him. No, not good. You know, have a good first touch, then your second touch can be a pass. I'm out of breath. I mean, if Jay Ben was in the team, we probably would have done more with crosses, you know, because of that Turner were rubbish. So I think that could have helped. But yeah, no, I can't say much apart from I wasn't very impressed. So it's a 6.
So would you bring Jay Ben straight back in for Halliday? Would you put Halliday back in the back 3? What are you doing with Bradley?
No. But Bradley can get splinters on the bench from now on. I respect him for last season, but it's about the now. We don't need to look back. And Jay Ben is the best option for us right now, yes.
Fair enough then. I guess we'll have to agree to disagree, and it seems like the chat does disagree. If you play Korban's light continuously falling on him and Sam talking like nothing happening 2 times speed, it's proper funny. Was I? Oh yeah, because I think I've gone. I'll start talking about Brad Halliday. I'm talking about him looking here. I'll look back here and the light is on top of your head again.
Well, the third time actually hurt because my head obviously moved forward to deal with it, and it fell right on top of my head there.
That was a Neil Byrne header away, was that? Straight into it.
Yeah, I'll have some of that.
Right, Jamie Walker is up next then. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I don't think he was that influential in the game.
Really? 6 out of 10?
I don't think he really did much.
Not influential?
Nothing that really standing out for me. He had a shot in the first half which went over and probably smashed someone's window.
Come on.
And that's the only thing that I can really remember that he did.
No, come on. Well, I'll let you explain yourself, then I'll jump straight back in.
Well, that's kind of my explanation. He didn't really do a lot. I thought defensively his work rate was quite poor, and that's obviously why he got substituted. You know, Graham Alexander told him 3 times, you need to get back in quicker. He wasn't doing so, and that's why he got subbed off for Poynton, because I think a lot of people, when they saw Poynton were coming on, probably go, right, Clark-Ador's going to come off here. But Walker didn't have that. And I've seen it quite a lot with Walker, where he'll work really hard going forward, but then he doesn't want to work as hard getting back, and that is probably why he ended up getting substituted, because he looked quite confused as to why he was being subbed off. But I thought it made perfect sense to bring him off because defensively his work rate was not amazing. And I'll say hello to my nan in the chat as well.
Evening. To everyone and you know, it's nice to know that you're here and well, hopefully. Now, Jamie Walker, you are wrong. I have to correct you there. He was brilliant. He gets a 9 for me. He was very close to being man of the match. Very close. Very much like Smallwood. Again, his incisive passes in behind the back line. His link-up play, dropped deep as well, got hold of the ball. Played some nice switches, involved in a lot of our main attacks by just keeping on the ball, keeping it tidy. And I think he came off because he got tired and they want to track him back because he was tired. And we see that with Walker around the 60th minute. He gets a bit leggy, get the fresh legs on. I thought he got it spot on, did Alexander. But for what he contributed in the game, for me, he was massive to us getting over the line and conducting the game. And that's what Jamie Walker does. He grabs the game by the scruff of next, getting in all the pockets of space. And that's why he was fantastic. He gets a 9.
I just read Super Bantam's message there. He said at 9 that light hit his head hard. He must be concussed. That's crazy. Look, what we all know, I'm not Neil Byrne's biggest fan, but Neil Byrne had a much better game yesterday than Jamie Walker. So how you've rated Walker a whole rating higher than Byrne, who scored a very important goal, may I add, is criminal. Neil Byrne's underrated. You're underrating Neil Byrne.
Maybe, but I think Walker was very influential. And
a 9?
Yes. You
didn't even give Andy Cook that last week. You bagged the brace.
I can't remember what I had for tea yesterday, so I can't remember that. You could be lying for all I know.
I think I am lying.
I don't know what I'll give him. I probably did give him a 9.
Super Bantam asked about Jamie Walker's Premier League pressing.
Yeah, I agree.
No, he's asking you a question. You know, he's not saying he's got it. He's asking you about it. You know, what your thoughts on it yesterday?
Yeah, he's still got it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it goes high pitch sometimes, but yeah, he's got it. Anything you need, you got it. Roy Orbison sadly passed away. 1988 heart attack.
How do you just remember that?
Because he was a very influential singer in his time. Brilliant singer, great voice, and it was sad how he died because, you know, he was in his 50s, part of the Travelling Wilburys, and died whilst they were recording the album, I think. But in the song End of the Line, they did pay tribute to him in the video because it's sort of, I won't bore you, but yeah.
Yeah, please don't bore me. We'll move on to Clarkador. That's less boring. Clarkador, I thought had a better game than Jamie Walker.
Right.
I'm sorry, I thought you just butt in there and tell me how wrong I am.
I thought Clarkador were good, so I'm interested.
I only thought it was slightly better, though. I'm going to give him 6.5 out of 10 because he does some good things. He does some good things as Clarkador, and then he just does some things where I just want to grab him and shake him really aggressively and maybe throw a light on top of his head. If you've only just joined in the stream, you probably won't understand that reference.
You won't. Go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back. Go back and watch the start. That is a good question. Is the singer that you're on about there, was that might have been how he wanted to die?
How?
You don't know that? Well, from the heart attack.
No. I
don't
know
that.
I think his kids got burnt to death. I'm not lying.
Jesus. Right, well, we're going to ignore that. We're going to move back onto Clarkador. You're making this a very morbid player rating to everybody.
I know. It's not good.
Clarkador, he gets a 6.5 out of 10 for me because he does some really good things. Was unlucky not to get a goal in the second half. Really nice footwork to sit Masterson down, and the shot was a little bit tame, a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. But then it's when he has the ball in the midfield and he's trying to be too casual with it and he gives it away in silly areas. Then it's his work rate to get it back isn't particularly amazing. That does frustrate me at times as well. But I thought Clarkador had an okay-ish game. It was more positive than what it was negative, and I think I probably would still start him on Tuesday. But again, it's that lacking end product that we saw from Clarkador, so that's why I can't give him any higher than a 6.5 out of 10. But he's definitely nowhere near a 9 like Jamie Walker.
Oh, right. Anthony King and his older brother Roy DeRain was killed in a family house fire in Hendersonville, Tennessee. 6 and 10.
This stream has turned darker than Korban's room when his light's gone out.
I know, not good. So rest in peace to Roy and the other two, because I've already forgotten their names. We're keeping the legacy alive. We are here to talk about Clarkador, and I'm giving him close to. If I did the 0.5s, the woke 5s like you do, it would be an 8.5. But I don't do that. Do I round up or do I round down? Well, if it's an 8.5, it's got to be up. I'm not that pick with maths. So I'm giving Clarkador a 9.
I think you just lost all integrity for this show ever.
Why?
You've just given Clarkador a 9 out of 10.
Great player. Yeah. Good game. Fantastic. I liked him.
Go on then, justify your 9.
Well, I'll give him an 8.
No, you've given him a 9 now. We're taking the first answer.
No.
No, you're giving him a 9.
No, I'm happy to give him an 8.
Can you go see a doctor tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock? Get on the phone, please.
No. I think I'm fine. Apart from, I do have a bit of a pain in my arm.
That's better than where I thought that was going. When we got to the R.
Yeah. Well, I might be a pain in the.
No, but if you actually had one of them, that'd probably be a bit concerning. Then you would need to see a doctor.
Why?
Like, could be a problem with your prostate. Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. No, don't know, pals. Move on. This is going too long.
But in Korban's case, the lights are not on. The lights are off and no one's home. There's no one there.
No.
It's just noise.
Is that in reference to my brain?
Yes, I believe so.
I agree, Brenda. It takes weeks. You can't see a doctor.
I have not seen a doctor since I was about 12. I don't even know what my doctor's called. Our
doctor died. Dr. Khan killed himself during COVID. So again, another dark. Is that a good way to go? I think tablets.
I think we should focus on Clarkador. You actually gonna get us cancelled.
He was very good. I'm dropping him to an 8.
No, you've given him a 9.
I'm giving him an 8. I've changed my mind. I
can't. Now that is more woke than a 0.5. Changing your mind.
Oh, I got carried away. Can I not get carried away with myself?
No, not to the point where you're giving Clarkador a 9.
Why?
I hope Dave Coleman comes back from retirement and does a song about Clarkador getting a 9. That's criminal.
Well, we need Dave.
You're making me poor father cry.
We do. We need him.
Please sack Korban. Yeah, who am I going to get on as a guest though? Clearly, he brings the entertainment.
Yeah, but well, I don't think I do, considering today's episode.
Bring the doom and gloom. We are 45 minutes in though, and we're halfway through the starting 11. So would you like to speed up?
No, this is a problem. This happens a lot of the time doing these because they're just too long, and I just lose my brain really. So I will move back to where I was, and I'm giving him an 8 because I am changing my mind. I can't justify the 9. That it's my choice. It's me. That's what I think. He was an 8 because his dribbling was fantastic. I was going to say something else, but it's child friendly. His dribbling.
Is it now?
Yeah. Well, depends what type of child. Listen, they have to be a bit educated for this, or just be in an educated household where that they that they need to be promoting good stuff. We can't have kids who are watching. I don't even know what. Anyway, so Clark would rap. This has gone pear-shaped. Clark would rap.
You're just saying his name over and over again.
I know. I can't remember anything he did. That's
Shall I
why.
just move on?
I just remember being breathtaking by him a lot of the time. He just picked up the ball and did stuff with it.
You might have asthma.
That's what I want to see. Entertainment, and he entertained me. He needs more end product though. That's the end product of what I'm trying to say. Well,
we got there eventually. 25 minutes on Clarkador.
I know.
Yeah, it kept changing the way he was pronouncing the name, wasn't it? What?
I know that would be awful to listen back to it. We just completely talked over each other. just be a noise.
Yeah, well, I'm the host, so when I talk, you listen, all right?
Well, no, that's not how it goes. I'm the co-host.
You're the guest.
Co-host.
A guest sounds better. Sounds more degrading.
No, because a guest is like a cameo. I'm beyond that, I do more videos with you than my flipping self.
My Nancy said hi to me again.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you pronounce that? That could be next week's question of the week. How do you pronounce Ador's second name?
I was told it was Odwa.
Ador, Odwa, Ador, Ador, Oda.
Oddy.
Definitely not Oddy. There's no Y in there. Right, Tyreek Wright. We're going to get serious now. Away from the jokes. 3 out of 10. God. I don't like him. I do not like him at all. His attitude stinks. I'm sick of him. Apparently, he was ill during the week. He had a tight hamstring, but he got the tight hamstring. He did 2 sprints up the pitch. He put a tackle in. He did a shot. His hamstring can't have been that bag. He bottled it yesterday. He got into a little tussle with somebody. He lost the ball far too easily. Then him and I think Jaden Clark, the goal scorer for Gillingham, were having a little bit of a tussle. And Wright just pulls him to the floor. It's a bit of argy-bargy, bit of handbags. That's the type of thing we want to see in the modern game. But offers nothing. He'll run down the wing, then he'll play it back 25 yards back to the halfway line. Korban's glasses have suddenly appeared from somewhere. That must have been a magic trick. What wasn't magic, though, is Tyreek Wright with the ball at his feet. He's terrible. He can't cross. He cannot defend. Goodness me, he's so bad at defending. Gillingham targeted him. The goal that Gillingham score comes largely because Tyreek Wright is out of position, far too high up the pitch. It means Shepherd has to push on. Neil Burns in a left-back position. Diabate doesn't know whether to stick or twist. The shape just went completely pear-shaped once Tyreek Wright went out of the way. There's a few people in the chat giving him a 0. I nearly did give him a 0, to be honest with you, but I gave him a 3 because he kind of faked an injury and it meant we could bring him off the pitch. He was terrible. His attitude is awful. He doesn't like he wants to be here. It seems every fan can see Tyreek Wright isn't good enough and doesn't look interested, but unfortunately, Graham Alexander can. Lewis Richards came on and showed much more energy, which I think when you factor in the type of players that they are, to say that shows how poor Tyreek Wright was. He brings much more quality. Defensively, a lot better as well. Tyreek Wright, for me, terrible. 3 out of 10, and that's been generous.
Well, Alexander isn't the only one who likes him. I've got to give him a 7 because I'm joking. All right, Piers. No, I am joking with that one. It's got to be a 2. He fought for the goal. He does look uninterested a lot of the time. Gives the ball away in too many good positions. Whether illness, whether injuries got part to play in it, it's not good enough. and he'll know that more than anyone. He's had his chance. He's had more than enough games now to prove himself, to get himself sharp and into the season. And Richards came on and made a great impact. So I think you've got to start Richards in there on Tuesday.
Sorry, I'm just getting a couple of burps out there. We don't want them to come out on the live stream.
Sick of that. Every week, I was stood next to him, and he did well to keeping him in. But if you go back and watch them, you can just see a little flop. It just goes up like that.
I just sit there doing that.
A volcanic eruption inside him. Moving on to whoever's next, because we do need to speed it up.
I agree, Dominic, but we probably don't have the money for that, do we? We only do loans or cheap frees, unless your name's Anthony Sarsvik, and you're going to miss half the season anyway. Andy Cook is next. He's going to get an average 6 out of 10 from me. Didn't really do much in the game, if we're honest. I would agree with that, Kyle. If right costs at £4.78, that would still be a waste of money. Imagine the thousands of pounds, tens of thousands of pounds we've wasted paying him wages so far this season, and we've still got another 18 months left of it, 20 months left of it. Yeah, not ideal. But Andy Cook, for me, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. And didn't really do that much in the game. Again, very similar to Jamie Walker. Not really that influential for me. He had a shot in the second half, which I thought he was quite unlucky with. It was a good save from the keeper. He seemed to go down a bit early. Cook looked to try and squeeze it in at the near post, but it was a solid save from Turner, but one that you definitely would expect him to make. I think it's nice to see other players stepping up when Cook isn't getting that many chances. He had a few at half chances. He had a header, I think, from a corner in the first half, but nothing really too stand out. I think the defenders were certainly focusing quite a lot on trying to deal with Andy Cook. And, I think their manager spoke in the week about, making sure we stop Andy Cook. They focused far too much on that and obviously didn't pick up other players from set pieces. But in open play, his link-up play at times was good. Then it was going, away from where we were looking to go. So I'll give Andy Cook a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have to give him a 6 because he had some good chances, but there weren't exactly chances where you go, he's got to bury that. Like I say, more of the half chances, got in the right positions, caused trouble for the defenders, I think, in terms of his pressing. That was something that were good to see. The energy pressing that we put on the back line was great, and he was part of that. So, you've got to praise the work rate because it can go unseen. So that's massively important to us. But yeah, in terms of the actual chance of the game, he had a couple, but there weren't too much of note. So I'll have to give him a 6 because you can't really be critical of the chances he did have.
Let's move on next to Callum Calvin, the final player in the starting 11. This is a really hard play rating for me to give because he cost us a goal. There's no doubt about that, around the 5-6 minutes, something like that. And, I was fuming about that. It's really selfish from Callum Kavanagh. It's like, Shepherd heads the ball. It's going in the back of the net. There's absolutely no need for Kavanagh to touch the ball. At first viewing, when I saw it, I was like, maybe there's a defender behind him who was going to clear it. But I've watched back a replay. The ball is about a yard or two out. The ball's nearly actually gone over the line before Kavanagh then tries to tap it in the goal. There's no reason for him to do that. I understand he's desperate for a goal, but that is, incredibly selfish. And sometimes you got to put the side before yourself. He didn't do that. He was only thinking about getting his first goal this season. It's unacceptable. And if he was to be dropped for that reason, he can't have any complaints because I actually thought his overall performance in the game was quite good. I thought he pressed well. His link-up play at times was good. I think he plays the through ball to Richards to win us the corner for our first goal as well. And, he had a couple of decent chances in the second half. One blocked by Masterson, one where he cut in away from Amer and his shot just went past the post. So a lot of power behind that. And I think Kavanagh was unlucky not to get a goal. But that was incredibly selfish and he should be marked down for that. I've gone a 6 because I think his overall performance was good, but that moment alone was absolutely criminal and it cannot happen again. And I hope, I think Shepherd and Smallwood kind of give him a bit of a telling off, shall we say. But thankfully it hasn't cost us. On another day, though, it certainly should have done. Who, if you agree that Kavanagh should be dropped, who would you start? Because there's rumours that Sanderson's had a bit of a falling out with the coaching team. There's a bit of an argument apparently at half-time against Harrogate when he got subbed off in that one. And obviously, he's not been seen in a matchday squad since. He did travel with the team to Tranmere. We know that because we saw him in the pre-match videos, I do believe. But apart from that, we don't really know what's going on with Ollie Sanderson. So, yeah, there's kind of 2 questions for you there. What do you think about Kavanagh's performance? And if you was to drop him, who would you start instead? Because I know you're definitely not going to pick Tyler Smith.
No, it was at the game yesterday because I saw him walk past me at the fan zone. He sort of looked average, sort of just an average person walking with his wife or girlfriend, or it could even be his sister. Let's not speculate. We don't
Could be
know these
both.
things.
It probably won't be, but let's not count anything out.
Do you advocate that?
No, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
Well, Nick and Toya.
Not quite the same, but yeah, I'll let you proceed.
Similar levels, both incest.
It's not really incest. It's only sister-in-law.
That is incest.
It's not incest.
It is.
It's not. They're not blood related.
I couldn't care less.
It's morally wrong, but
No.
I think any type of cheating is probably wrong. Whether it's with your wife's sister is or not is another question.
Well, just think about your uncle getting it on with your mum.
Right.
It's wrong, isn't it? It's wrong.
Yeah, I know it's wrong, Korban, but it's not incest.
It is. It is. Come on.
This is a conversation for another day.
Yeah, maybe it is. So
my father is in this chat, by the way. I hope he has serious words with you.
Oh,
me nan, me flipping nan.
Well,
me poor nan.
I sincerely apologise. Sorry. So
it's incest in law.
I mean, I'm not saying that you would do that because nice guys, but I it's just not good.
Also, actually, breaking news. Apparently, I'm related to Jadon Sancho.
Oh,
found that out yesterday.
Really?
I don't really have the time to tell you the story, but yeah,
right.
Apparently, I'll have to confirm.
Is he like related?
So I don't think we're like I could marry him, but if we go far enough up the family tree, it comes down. You got Jadon and you got me. I'd argue I'm more famous and obviously better at football, but that's besides the point.
Well, I have to say he had a terrible game.
Do not talk about my family member like that, please. He's a brilliant player.
And he's got a serious attitude problem.
No, he's a brilliant player. I'd love to do a video with my family member Jadon if you're watching.
Well, here's one. I'm related to Fabian Delph.
That's not as impressive.
It's very impressive.
Fabian Delph is a bang average baller.
Fabian Delph is a Champions League winner.
Yeah, all right, I'll take your point.
Yes, I've that. So I'm also related to another footballer, but it is not really famous. But yeah. Anyway, so we've got
actually as well. Actually, so no, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I'm also there's a possibility of a relation with Bobby Poynton, but it would be like married in. Wouldn't really be like.
Yeah. Well, yes. Good.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah. Shall we just talk about Calvin Kavanagh?
Yeah, I forgot about him, to be honest. This has probably been the craziest player ratings we've done so far.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Well, we're having an average of over 30 people watching throughout the whole thing, so clearly there's some people enjoying it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Goodness me, we're 59 minutes in, and that's the first time I've told you to do that. That's not on, really, is it? Well, it's a technical relation. On a technicality, we're one marriage away from the relation, but I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon, unfortunately.
Well, I'm just glad it's you. Could be getting cancelled after the things I've said.
How the hell am I the one getting cancelled, Dion? That's crazy.
Well, we know who your favourites are.
You get about 5 minutes of actual player ratings.
I know. I'm actually impressed at how it's only an hour, to be honest.
We've only got the subs to go.
Right. No, forget about them. They're irrelevant people.
No. Lewis Richards played more than Tyreek Wright.
I know, but I've already said my opinions on it. Very good, should start. So, I actually didn't answer either of your questions, did I? And I can't really remember them.
Thoughts on Kavanagh's performance, and if you were to drop Kavanagh, who would you start?
Well, no one, because I won't drop him. Because I think he's a great partner to Andy Cook. I think the way them two link up, the space creates for him, the pressing, the work rate, and that's why I'm giving him an 8. No, I'm not, because I forgot about the goal, but he did put in the back.
I was about to come through the screen and physically throttle you.
I know this. I'm not thinking straight, really. So he obviously did that, which was terrible. But apart from that, he was fantastic. So if you even it out, it gets a good 7. I thought it was great. Like, link up play is massively improving. The goal that he did nick, it was ridiculous, but he does need the confidence. So I can't really blame him for doing it as such, because he needs a goal. And I said last week, it needs to come off his back end. You know, he might have heard me and thought, right, I'm just going to nick it because, Korban said it might really help me. So I can't really knock him for that, because he's got to be a bit greedy. And to be fair, I do like that. He needs to be selfish. He needs to be greedy. He needs to want the ball. He needs to take shots, and he needs to try and take players on, get you on the edge of the seat. And he's all action. He gets it. And it's going to come at positives and negatives. And unfortunately, it could have come at a massive negative where it cost us a game. Thankfully, it didn't. And we got the 3 points. And he had a good performance away from that, contributing to the win with his overall team performance. And that's what it's about. And he contributed massively to the team with his off-the-ball work rate.
Kyle Stockton says that we are the Yorkshire's answer to Dumb and Dumber. If I'm dumber, this will be the last one that we do. I'm absolutely not being the dumber one out of us two. I'll accept dumb, but I'm not being dumber.
Why?
Well, some of the stuff you come out with is very dumb, very controversial.
Don't make me dumb.
I don't really know where we're going with that one. Yeah, we've been here for an hour. We've got some subs to go through, so we should probably get through them quickly. Lewis Richards, I've gone with a 7 out of 10. We kind of both briefly mentioned him when we spoke about Tyreek Wright, but I thought he came on, showed a bit more energy. Defensively, it was much more solid going forward as well. I thought he was a bit of a threat on that left side. His physicality is very important. He actually looks interested, which is nice to see compared to Tyreek Wright. And I think hopefully Richards will get that chance on Tuesday. Hopefully he takes it, plays very well, and can stay in the side for a long time, because Graham Alexander, very much wants to be playing Tyreek Wright. So Lewis Richards needs to have a good game to knock Wright out of the side. And yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. You got anything else to add on Richards?
Well, I just want to say to Team Bantam, my light is not fixed now, because I can't get it to bounce, and it's just got to be make do. Yeah, cancel me if you want, but that is your prerogative, if you like. But thanks for the comments. Lewis Richards, I've said my piece, needs to start choosing much better option than Tyreek Wright. Showed good physicality as well.
Gorge Girl says it's dim and dimmer because of Korban's light. Well, so he's Korban dim, but his room's dimmer, because I'm not dim. I've got all the lights on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights on. You don't look this
illuminations.
You don't glow this good with a ring light.
Too bright.
Yeah, on a Sunday morning when you're recording at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not what you want to see, is it? Hence why we're now here at 8:30 on a Sunday evening. I think you all enjoy it much more this way. We can interact with you a lot more. The video last week got the most likes it's had so far, and there's a lot less editing for me to do, which is important, because I don't like doing editing for an hour. Bobby Poynton came on for Jamie Walker on about the 25th minute mark. I've gone with a 6.5 out of 10 for points, and I thought he came on and had a positive impact on the game. Was unlucky with a ball or two. He played a brilliant ball across the face of goal. It was just slightly a little bit too early, which Kavanagh couldn't quite get on the end of, but I thought he kept the ball tidy. Defensively, his work rate was good, and he picked up a yellow card. Am I right in saying he smashed Johnny Williams? He smashed somebody, though. It wasn't an amazing tackle from Poynton, but it's just a bit of a shame that, it was only Poynton that did it and not someone like a Smallwood, and we saw a big melee like what we got against Wimbledon. But yeah, I'll give Poynton a 6.5 out of 10, because I thought he came on, kept the ball tidy, and created a couple of chances.
No to add.
Nothing at all, even though relative and all that.
No. 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 Contributed in his own way. Solid game out.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It just sounded all right. I'm ready to go to sleep. So just talk for me.
Sorry, I didn't mean he came on after 25 minutes. I meant he came on with 25 minutes to go. We also did see a triple substitution in the 81st minute. That was Viden Oliver, Corey Evans, and Tyler Smith. I'm giving all of them a 6. They helped see the game out. Thought Oliver and Smith worked quite well. You know, we needed some fresh legs up top when Kavanagh and Cook were tiring a little bit, and they kind of pressed well, got the structure right, forced Gillingham to go around the outside. It appears that my co-host has found his way that he wants to die, and that's on a more SHD live stream. So wonderful news. But yeah, I'll give Oliver, Evans, and Smith a 6 equally. You know, they didn't really contribute nothing majorly, either positively or negatively.
No, too hard.
Not even on Tyler Smith's appearance.
What?
Well, I don't know. It's just he normally says like Jimmy Savile when he plays, so I just thought you might have something else to add.
I compared him to Jimmy Savile in a way that made sense in how I put it. I said, he's a predator in the box against kids.
I wonder if I really would wonder. I would like to know if he's ever come across that, because I would love to know how he reacted seeing that clip for the first time. I think his mum follows me on Twitter, so there's quite a high likelihood of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was having a bit of an argument with her in the summer because she was basically saying that Smith's better than Cook. So I said you had the Lulu. I understand you're going to support your son, but to say he's better than Cook because he scored a couple of goals in the EFL Trophy was criminal. I quite like Tyler Smith. I think he's all right.
I don't.
Well, I can tell. I think it's probably quite likely that he has seen that clip, actually. If his mum follows me on Twitter. I tweet about the videos.
Do you? No, I don't think he has.
But what can he do? You know, he's not going to come into the stand, is he, and grip you? Although, you know, he has my full permission. I'd join in if he did that.
Would you really?
I'd come and grip you too, yeah. I'd say, yeah, we're really nasty, Tyler. You get him. He could probably do with some muscle, couldn't he? Like me.
I think you're lying there. I think I need to say sorry. I think I may have been harsh, but fair.
I think you're going woke here. I think you're apologising.
I am not. I might have said I need to say sorry, actually, so maybe I am. But I think fair play to him. I think, look, I'm sorry if I offended the guy, but I'm not sorry for saying that he's a predator in the box against kids, because he is. And that's a positive. That is a good thing. If you're talking about football, because I'm saying he's a predator in the box, it means he's scoring loads of goals. Against kids, fair, but he's scoring the goals. If he's doing it against the men, I wouldn't have said it. So just get better, really. But it's not personal. It's just on your footballing ability. And, you know, you are the worst striker at this football club. But if you get better, I will praise you. It goes in equal measure, Tyler.
Yeah. We are coming towards the end of the live stream now. We are running low on energy. But I would agree, David. I'm going to brush over Super Bantam's comment there. We'll move on to David's. You guys have criticised Kavanagh in the past, but apart from a stupid mistake cost the first goal, he ran to hassle Gillingham. Yes, his work rate was very good yesterday. I did certainly like that. The final manager rating, player rating that we're going to give out in today's video, because I've called it in the past the player rating when it is a manager rating. So the final rating we're going to give out is for Graham Alexander. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I didn't mind the starting 11. I didn't mind the substitutions. I thought they helped us in the match. I thought we started out a bit slow in the game. Gillingham deserved to be ahead by that point, but we slowly grew back into the game. We got the 2 goals defensively. We were solid in the second half. You know, we went at them for the first 20, 25 minutes, tried to get that 3rd goal, couldn't get it, then sat in and defended what we had. We've seen under previous managers like Derek Adams, Mike Hughes, where we come away from the game and lose or end up conceding in the last minute. And thankfully, it didn't happen this time around. You know, I remember Gillingham at home in the 22-23 season, 2-1 up, 96 minutes on the clock. The ball comes in from a corner and Ollie Hawkins with his big size 9 boots taps in at the back post, and that was so frustrating. But under Alexander, brilliant win percentage. Am I right in saying Alexander has a 50% win rate at Bradford City now, which is unbelievable. You know, he's managed 50 games, he's won 25 of them. I think Mike Hughes was 40%, Derek Adams was 34%, something like that. So we're seeing a lot of positive signs under Graham Alexander. A 50% win rate is amazing, and fingers crossed it continues for a long time. At halftime, we were second in the table. We're now in fifth, but who knows? If we can have another two positive results against Cheltenham and Doncaster, 4 points there would be massive, and that'll probably see us move up into the top 3 as well. But Graham Alexander, I'm going with a 7 out of 10 for.
Yeah, very good. It's laughable, isn't it? How like after Harrogate, people are saying he needs to get sacked. That's ridiculous. But me, Mike, we bloody hell, that wind's getting strong. It's Storm Ashley, beware. Nothing compared to Storm Milton. You know, the hearts and minds go over to the people over there, but I don't think many died, so that's a good thing. But back to Graham Alexander, I thought it was quite laughable, but like I said, we're saying it will resurface. We could quite easily lose to Cheltenham and lose to Doncaster, and then we're mid-table now. We're going to go on another bad one. That can happen, and we will go on another bad one where maybe we don't win in 6. We could lose 5 games in a row, but it's about being able to put a run together like we are now. Can we sustain it? Hopefully, but I'm not sure we will. I think personally, I don't see us winning Tuesday. That's a typical game that we drop points in. Maybe we draw that. Donny's a really tough game. I struggle to see us winning that. So if we go on a bad run, I still have faith in this team to then go and put another win together. We can't get too high. We can't get too low. But what we have seen from these last few games and from yesterday is a team that shows spirit and fight. And when we go 1-0 down, we come back fighting. And the home record, we haven't lost at home. We've got a great record, and that's something to build the foundations on. And we need to get that home atmosphere rocking. And that's something that we can really contribute towards. And that the way the fans reacted to going 1-0 down was great. And we have been doing that for many times so far this season and under Alexander. And he's built that. And he's built that unity through tough times that we've had. I know I'm going on a bit, so I'll quickly wrap it up. Through bad times that we've had under Alexander, we've still managed to have that bit of unity, and hopefully we can go on a good run now. But like I said, I don't think we will. But we've got to make sure we keep our heads as players, fans, and managers to make sure that we're still in a good position come the end of the season.
Lovely stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Forza Bantam, you have missed quite a lot. You definitely want to go back and watch this one. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. You know, on a Sunday evening, we've averaged well over 30 viewers for the large part. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I know we didn't really speak about much in terms of the game, but hopefully we kept you entertained for an hour or so. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Go check out Korban's channel as well. I don't think the link is in the description for the live streams, but it's just Rainers Bantams. Go over, check out his match reaction from yesterday if you want to see more of his light falling on top of his head, because that first 10 seconds in your video yesterday was brilliant. It certainly had me hooked. And yeah, we really do appreciate all the comments, everyone who's been commenting throughout the stream. Neil, Thyan, Super Bantam, you know, there's loads of people who've been active in the chat. Gorge Girl, Kyle, the list would go on. So thank you all so much. We all really do appreciate it. For the question of the week, make sure to re-comment it down in the comment section down below once this goes out as a video. We should be back on Wednesday. We're going to try and make 7:30 a consistent time, all being well, but obviously, you know, certain things will dictate that. But yeah, the likelihood is 7:30, especially for Sundays. Again, Wednesday might be a bit different, Coronation Street and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, hopefully. I didn't realize you were still here, Freeman, so apologies. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed. Does anybody have a timestamp for when Korban's manic moment happened? I know there was a lot of them, but the main manic moment. Let us know in the chat. But yeah, like I say, thank you all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. And all being well, we'll see you all on Wednesday at 7:30. But again, times could change. That is very true. Wednesday is mine and Freeman's 5-year anniversary. We'll be there. We'll be there at 7:30. Forget the anniversary. We'll see you all there. Have I ended it? No. Here we go. Goodbye, all. We love you.